Hi, I'm Jacquelyn Gonzalez, and this is my key assignment for the CCHE 580, the Community College course here at Northern Arizona University for the Graduate College of Higher Education and Educational Leadership. Throughout this presentation, I'm going to be going through the 6 main modules that we had actually focused on for this course. So we will go ahead and actually start off with Module 1. So Module 1 was actually titled Getting Acquainted with Community Colleges, and there was 3 main topics within this actual first module that's really going to give us a good introduction to what community colleges are, the history of them. So these 3 main categories would be the history and demographics of community colleges today, and then also governance and public education. To start it off, we will be going through basically what the history and demographics of community colleges were and what they are. So to start it off, community colleges were basically the forefront of every major development that has happened in higher education. It was actually introduced a while back. Before there was just 4-year universities, and then someone decided to say, hey, how about we do this junior college kind of thing where we separate the first 2 years from the last 2 years and make it more inclusive, allow people who are from the working class to actually come and go to school, those who cannot fully commit to the 4-year universities. And we're basically just being referred to as the People's College because of this inclusivity and also because of this flexible kind of schedule that they would be able to have, and then also just the kinds of programs that would be available as well. Universities back then were very much research-based, so these community colleges and junior colleges weren't going to really focus too much on the research base, and were really going to provide these working class Americans with the education that they need to go ahead and either elevate their status within their working group or go ahead and just expand their knowledge overall. The second topic that comes up within this first module is how community colleges are today. So community colleges today can basically be summarized as being accessible, affordable, and also flexible. So a lot of working adults are still continuing to go down the community college route. A lot of these adults are working and with children. This is because, those community colleges, it's a lot less of a commitment as those 4-year universities, how I had mentioned, also very affordable. We will definitely get into that a little bit later. But also these community colleges have sort of evolved into different kinds of educational pathways that they are offering students. So they are also offering technical kind of career certificates, also just regular kind of certifying certificates as well. As students are able to go on and be certified nurses right away. They can go and get certain certificates in business administration if they wish to. And then also these certificates are also allowing students to not have to commit so fully to the associate's degree that is involved with community colleges and junior colleges. So it is definitely evolving. It is going to continue to evolve, especially with the mention of technology and online courses. The COVID-19 pandemic has really had a big impact on this, and it is going to have a big impact on how students are going to be going to school in the future as well. The last topic that is within this module 1 is going to be the governance of public education. It can pretty much just be summarized pretty quickly. Community colleges are separated into either state boards and local boards. So depending on the actual community college and the district that it is in, there's going to be governance boards. People serve on these governing boards. They are the ones making decisions, holding meetings out to the public. Those that are in the public can definitely come and join in, express any kind of thoughts or concerns they might have with the community college that's going on. And then the governing board will definitely take that into account and do everything to try and make sure that those kinds of needs are being met, and also that everything is running smoothly throughout their community colleges, and they are pretty much just in charge of making sure that everything is functioning correctly. Now we're going to be focusing on Module 2, which is going to be focusing on what community colleges are really about. For this first topic in Module 2, I will be focusing on the local community college I chose for this section of the course when we were discussing this kind of information. So I chose Pima Community College, which is, again, my local community college in Pima County here in Tucson, Arizona. They are a 2-year institution, and they are serving students who want to better their lives and themselves as well. Their vision is to actually be a catalyst for personal transformation, economic growth, and cultural prosperity that's going to really enrich and diversify their community. Their mission is going to be to empower every learner every day for every goal. So with this in mind, they do have the 3 everys, so every learner, every day, every goal. For every learner, they're going to be committing to meeting the diverse needs for every person. For every day, they're going to strive for excellence in teaching and support services every day. And for every goal, they're going to align their programs and services with meaningful careers so that this can be met. And then also, their overall purpose or philosophy is to transform lives through affordable education. Topic 2 for Module 2, Leadership at Community Colleges, is going to be summed up as the actual leadership pyramid in a community college. So you've got presidents, vice presidents, you're going to have administration and faculty. Those are going to be the actual professors, instructors, anyone who's going to be teaching, helping students out. That's even regular faculty as well, janitors, anybody that's working at the community college. And then something else that has been added recently would be information technology, so those working in IT, just because of the big movement that has been going towards online learning. Moving on to Module 3, this is going to be focusing on working in a community college. Both topic 1 and 2 within this working in community college Module 3 are fairly similar. They can both be summarized up to how the employment issues that are happening in community colleges are roughly just based off of budgeting that's happening in community colleges. This typically happens when you have more affordable education. Budgeting does become very important to make sure that all things are still in line and all things are still taken care of, but students are still getting affordable education. Other things that are coming up because of this are faculty are now working part-time. They are not as available to students, so this has been something that's going on again with employment issues in community colleges. Ethics in higher education has been something that's been really emphasized because of a lot of movements that have been going on. Ethics is very, very important in higher education. A lot of community colleges have ethics statements, so that is something as well that they do uphold. This is going to align back up with the overall national perspective of community colleges to actually provide affordable education to those in communities, at local communities, to go ahead and make sure that everyone has a right to education. Moving right along to Module 4, we will be discussing funding the actual community colleges. And Module 4 is a pretty straightforward topic, so topic 1 and 2 can be summarized up into how these community colleges are getting funded. So they are mainly getting funded through state taxes that are going on, donations that they are receiving. Federal funding is going to be big, having to do with how this is going on. And then that is when we talk about that budgeting again. Budgeting is going to be very important, especially when taking into account actually paying administration and faculty, and making sure, like I said, that all things are in place for students to be able to get that affordable education. Module 5 then focused on teaching and learning in actual community colleges as well. Module 5 really focused on how community colleges are accredited, so they are different. Not all community colleges are the same. You have nationally and regionally accredited, non-accredited colleges, and that is going to really defer back onto topic 2, which is what these programs are going to be offering in the curriculum, which is going to ultimately decide the actual accreditation as well. About what kind of programs are being offered as well can also refer over to kind of partnerships that are being held up with community colleges. They could have a partnership with a local employer, which could go ahead and set up what kind of programs and course offerings these community colleges are going to be offering. We focused on Module 6, which is the future of these community colleges. One in Module 6 really focuses on those budgeting critical issues that are coming up, how the demand is going up for community colleges because of the affordable education that they have. And then topic 2 for the future of community colleges can really focus on the technology aspect of it and how all things are moving to online learning, especially because, again, of the COVID-19 pandemic and what that kind of had on the impact on education in total. Lastly, listen, these are all of my references that I used for each module. A course actually listed out in APA format. So thank you so much for going ahead and listening to this presentation. And it was a pleasure learning everything through modules 1 and 6. Thank you so much.